In this video, I'm going to make a vase that has a hollow lip. This is used clay, so I'm going to start out by coning it. I'm now going into centering. I gently release when I have it centered. I'm going to drill down. I'm going to leave a thick bottom because we will be putting a foot on this. I'm going to open into a cylinder shape using straight fingers to create a 90-degree angle. I'm going to compress my bottom with my sponge and also get rid of some of these little extra bumps I have on top, and that kind of second center if anything got knocked off at that moment. All right, I'm going to raise in a volcano shape, keeping my top tucked in. And one thing that is different is I'm going to actually leave some clay up here. If you can see, I'm not making it super paper thin at the top. I want to leave some clay so I can hollow out the lip later. Keeping it tucked in, but again, keeping it kind of chunky up there. Probably one more raise here at the bottom where it's thick. Okay. So now I'm going to shape this little vase. Before I start shaping though, I do always want to check my bottom one more time. Sometimes you get some ridges when you are raising, get some water out. You don't want to leave a bunch of water down there. It's just going to weaken your clay. So I'm going to begin shaping the outside of this. I'm going to just do kind of a classic vase shape here. So my left hand, my fingertips are pushing the wall towards you at the camera here. I'm using my sponge to support just so I don't slip or get uneven. Okay. I'm going to put some water on my hands here. I'm going to gently kind of choke in, collar. And there is just a very basic vase shape. And now I'm going to do the hollow lip. So let me make sure that you guys have a good angle to view that from. Okay. We'll see if I can get a good angle. So what I'm gonna do is thin this lip out on purpose and basically fold it over itself. So I'm using just my fingertips. Okay. And if my lip was super off center here, I would want to trim it before I do this, okay? Maybe we'll do that just for the sake of the demonstration. So I'm gonna just gently trim off. I don't want to take a ton of clay off, but I want to make sure it's level. Compress. And with my one finger here, I'm going to kind of push up while the left hand kind of folds this over. Okay. And it's getting kind of wobbly, so I'm just letting, you have to be patient here, okay? If you rush it, it'll get really off center. So as you can see, it's kind of starting to droop over, and it is wobbly. So now I'm kind of using my thumb so I can use this finger to push down. But I have to keep an air pocket here, okay? Otherwise it won't be hollow. You'll just end up with a kind of chunky, uneven lip. Okay, so my finger is keeping that space open underneath, and I'm just gently folding down this lip. Okay, now as you can see, it's really getting wobbly right here. This is the hardest part, is getting it to connect back evenly here. So this is where you're most often gonna mess up at. And it's okay if you don't get it on your first try. You get to have 3 vases, and one of them I want a hollow lip with, okay? And then there's also some other videos to show you how to do some other decorative lips. Okay, so as you can see, I'm really pushing in this lip, but I'm pushing here, not the air pocket. And once it starts touching back on, we're good. But I gotta be very patient here. Okay, it's starting to touch in some places, but it hasn't touched everywhere. You can kind of hear and feel like the air bubble like sealing. At here, not up here. Really take your time making sure that it's sealed down here. Okay, so it is. I'm gonna lift it up so you can see that there's not a crack there, okay? And what I'm gonna do now is you can use the back side of like a wooden stick here to kind of just really get up underneath there and kind of really make sure it's sealed. And now I'm gonna kind of play around with this air bubble that I've created as my hollow lip. So I can kind of push it in. And if I didn't get it sealed all the way, when I start doing this, this is when it would collapse, because if I start squeezing on this and there's a little hole right here, then the air is gonna push out and then it's gonna look bad. I'm gonna choke it in just a little bit because it's a little too wide for me. Again, always making sure I'm staying sealed, because sometimes it wants to pry back open. My hollow lip. All right, so I think I'm gonna hit this with a rib once and then call this little vase done. Smoothing out all of that slip. Be able to get right underneath my lip. I can even kind of hit the top of this lip and get it smooth and round. Make sure there's no slip on it. Oop. Just stab at the side of my project. All right, and that's how you can make a hollow lip. So you can have a chunky lip that won't explode. And of course, wet trim your bottom. Get that nasty clay off down there.